Welcome back to the program. Good to see you all this morning. Well, it's time now for the grill with Georgie, Deb and Melinda Gainsford-Taylor. Ladies, nice to see you all this morning. Good morning. Georgie, you had it out this morning.
Had my bosoms out.
I love the call.
My bosoms had not had that much touching and feeling and prodding since my breast pumping days.
I love that line.
I've got to tell you, it's... Again, just to reiterate, in case someone didn't see us earlier, we've done the mammogram. My advice to anyone post-40, just go and get it done. Bit of discomfort, because they really do sort of squash and... Oh, there you go, I'm seeing me for the first time there. You can't see much, but trust me, there is a bosom behind there. And, you know, I was a little bit self-conscious because I'm what they refer to as a small-busted woman. I have a smaller bust. And I was a little bit concerned that there wouldn't be enough sort of breast to get on the plate and for them to give it a squish. But girls, let me tell you, if you're a small cup, trust me, they will find that breast and they will give it a decompress, which is what's happening there. A little bit painful, bit awkward, but done and dusted.
Melinda, it's important, and well done to you, because I was watching here, obviously, and I think it broke down a lot of barriers. Obviously, we don't go and do that as blokes. We should go and do prostate checks.
There are other tests we can find for you.
I know, but I mean, after the age of 40 for certain. Yeah, for certain.
Absolutely.
But it broke down some of the barriers that I think that it certainly was informative as far as I was concerned, and it's important for women out there that may be thinking about doing it.
Well, look, it's incredibly important. I mean, as we talk about breast cancer, the earlier you detect it, the more likely you are to overcome it, and that's what's important. And I've also had a mammogram. I had one 2 years ago. And, you know, as you say, where there's a will, there's a way. It doesn't matter what size your breasts are. But even recently, actually only last week, I knew that I probably didn't need another one. It was 2 years up. But my doctor said, look, just go and get an ultrasound for now to make sure. But there is an anxiety about it. Let's, you know, let's be clear about it. You go in there, and even though you may not have a lump or anything, you do be a little bit anxious about it, but when you come away from it, you go, this is great, okay,
it's
I'm
so
all right.
important.
It is so important, and we need to be able to check it, and it's scary how many women don't.
Yeah, I've had an ultrasound done while I was breastfeeding, actually, because it's quite common when women are breastfeeding to have lumps. And I do have a family history, so I had an ultrasound and had it checked out. I'm not quite old enough to start doing mammograms, but it's something that, you know, well done you and Lisa for doing it, for raising awareness.
No, well done for the women out there who are fighting the fight, is what I want to say. As you know, we were greeted by a woman who had just had a preventative mastectomy. I wish I'd got her name. I'm going to find it out. Extraordinary woman. These are the women who are brave. Just go and get it done, you know, and keep up the self-examination. And if you don't want to do it, get your husband
to me, it
or your boyfriend.
To me, it seemed very much like a war. You go into that room and it's like, right, here's the first chance we get to have a look at you. If there's something there, this is the team of people that we have ready to fight it. And I think that's, for me, it was almost a revelation, almost comforting in a certain way that there are these teams of people behind the scenes.
How lucky are we in this country? We have equal to the best, if not the best, care and experts in the field. So, yeah, there's no excuse, and they're free. The screening's free.
And look, one thing I think we've got to also remember, there are men who are also detected with breast cancer. We saw Julia Morris's husband, Dan, before Christmas last year.
There's very little attention about that.
Very little attention. And, you know, men may too not, you know, do self-checks and are aware of that. So, you know, of course the majority are women that do that, but, you know, for the men out there as well, you know, there are, you know, as Dan, happened to Dan, did get breast cancer.
And on a much lighter note, if you're at home and you're feeling your breasts while you're at home as a bloke, that's fairly easy to explain, isn't it?
That's exactly right. That's the job for the husband.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
With your own.
With your own. Maybe your wife.
Hey, with schoolies underway, this is an important story as well. Police are warning teens to be careful of the photos they post online. Now, how many times have we said this? But look, we're seeing this vision again. They could have long-term ramifications for your kids that you don't just understand at this point. So photos like this, and photos that we saw on the news last night of these kind of things, of, you know, teenagers falling down stairs, these things last a long time. Be very, very careful.
It follows you around, that
everywhere.
Facebook footprint, and we're hearing consistently from employers saying that they do look at your social media profile before they employ. So it's... I mean, as you say, we're saying it all the time, and it's really difficult in Schoolies Week celebrations. You get caught up in the moment, you think it's funny, let's post it online, show our friends what we're getting up to. But you've just got to really stop and think.
But you don't know where your life's going to go, do you?
Yeah.
I mean, just say if you do want to become a politician, or if you're someone, you know, later on in life, that's going to come back and bite you. That photo right
totally
there.
haunt you.
It will forever.
But kids are kids, and you might do that. Whatever you do when you're at schoolies and you're letting off steam, you don't have to take video footage of everything.
Yeah, no.
I don't know why
this
there
is
is
it.
that.
Everything's documented and it's always captured. It's concerning too, though, because if you yourself are aware of it and you don't want your images posted, but your friends
That's
just
true.
do it inadvertently and put
That's
your
true.
pictures up, you've got to be mindful of that too.
Georgie,
Oh, you know my thoughts on all of that.
what's that?
Self-obsessed narcissism. Get off the phone.
Yeah.
Stop taking photos of yourself.
Yeah, I
See, this-
know, it's
I mean,
scary.
I don't want to give them any notoriety. Just go.
Okay, we're going to end on a much lighter note. That
Yeah,
poor girl.
please.
Yes.
Idiot.
What about her mum right now? This you
Oh,
sit there.
idiot.
Oh, thank goodness I was running at Nationals. I have to make sure my kids stay in
We've
sport.
got-
You've got a carnival to go to.
Because nothing mischievous ever happened there.
Never, Karl. Very well behaved.
All you fit people. Moving on, check out this. This is a lovely story. There's a bride and a groom who have taken their first wedding dance to another level, replicating that famous scene in Dirty Dancing. Nobody puts baby in the corner. It's whipped up
love
more
that
than a
scene.
million online hits.
Awesome.
Check it out.
Jeez, I'm glad he caught it.
He's pumped up, the big fella, too.
Imagine how much they've practiced for that.
Did you do a wedding dance, Melinda?
I did, but I got married in the country, and if I performed like that in the country, I think they would have thought I was a little bit odd out
lost
there.
it.
But yeah, they would have gone, woohoo!
Oh, she's gone city on us.
Yeah, exactly. Gone
In
rogue.
the marquee, what's going on?
She's got up herself.
So up herself. But she thinks she's an Olympian or something.
I might do. I would have loved to have done a decent. Mark and I kept saying that. Well, practice. But
Yeah.
No, it was a great dance. I loved every moment of it.
We did a bit of a dance. We did a bit of practice because Lindsay and I are hopeless and we'd never done any formal dancing. But actually when we did the practice, 2 or 3 classes beforehand, and then when it came down to it, we just ended up doing a bit of discoing on the day. Yeah.
I've seen that bloke dance. He is a good dancer. Very smooth.
much
Isn't it?
You would have done a dance.
We just did a little dance, but then we had this pinata. My grandma was first on the pinata, so
You had a pinata
it was a
at your
great way to
wedding.
break up the pressure
That's
of the dance.
great. Excellent.
Good practice for me, anyway. Getting hit.
It's got to look forward to. Bang.
Yeah, there you go. Great stuff, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.